How do you make a woman feel desire for you, even when she shows almost no interest at all? And what if the reason she isn't attracted right now has nothing to do with your looks, your money, or your personality, but everything to do with invisible psychological sequencing? Welcome to Dr. Elena Hart, Sexual Health and Wellness. I'm Dr. Elena Hart, and today you're going to understand something most men go their entire lives without learning. If you watch this video until the very end, you will understand why attraction isn't something you convince a woman into feeling, and you'll discover the psychological pattern that flips indifference into curiosity, sometimes faster than you expect. Most men try harder. They give more compliments, more attention, more availability, and the more they give, the less she feels. Why? Because attraction doesn't grow through effort. It grows through emotional contrast. And if you apply the right behaviors in the wrong order, you quietly eliminate desire before it ever has a chance to form. This was never your fault. No one taught you this. School didn't teach you. Movies misled you. Society trained you to believe that being nice enough guarantees attraction. It doesn't. Female attraction is emotional, subconscious, and pattern-based. Her conscious mind may say one thing, but her deeper brain is scanning for very specific signals. And once you understand those signals, you stop chasing, you stop over-investing, you stop trying to win her over. Instead, she starts leaning toward you. Let's go deeper. The first psychological shift is masculine presence. This is not about height, not about muscles, not about fashion. It's about nervous system stability. When you enter a room, are you centered, or are you scanning for validation? Women detect this within seconds. A grounded man moves slowly. He doesn't rush to fill silence. He doesn't overlaugh. He doesn't seek approval through exaggerated friendliness. His body language says, "I am comfortable here." That comfort creates emotional safety, and emotional safety allows attraction to grow. Try this. Next time you're around her, slow your breathing, relax your shoulders, speak slightly slower than normal, hold eye contact half a second longer than usual. That subtle control communicates internal strength, and strength triggers interest. The second shift is emotional challenge. Most men agree too much. They think agreement builds connection, but constant agreement removes polarity, and attraction needs polarity. If she says she hates coffee, instead of instantly agreeing, you can smile and say, "Wow, that's a bold confession." Playful challenge shows independence. You're not submitting your personality for approval. You're engaging. This creates tension, and tension fuels attraction. Without tension, you become comfortable. Comfortable becomes predictable. Predictable becomes invisible. The third shift is selective availability. This is where many men destroy attraction. When you reply instantly every time, when you cancel plans to see her, when your schedule revolves around her, her subconscious interprets that as low competition. High-value men are busy building something. They have purpose, friendships, ambitions. They are not orbiting one woman. Scarcity increases perceived value. Not games, not manipulation, just balanced energy. If she takes 4 hours to reply, you don't respond in 4 seconds. You respond when you're free. This signals emotional independence, and independence is attractive. The fourth shift is intentional listening. Most men hear words, few remember meaning. If she casually mentions loving a specific book or flower, and weeks later you bring it up naturally, she feels seen. Being seen is powerful. When a woman feels deeply understood, emotional bonding accelerates. But here's the key. You don't overdo it. You don't overwhelm her with intensity. You simply integrate details into conversation naturally. That balance creates depth without pressure. The fifth shift is calibrated vulnerability. Many men think they must appear invincible, but perfection is intimidating. Authenticity builds connection. Share a real challenge you've overcome, not as a complaint, not as a trauma dump, but as grounded experience. For example, there was a time I doubted myself in my career, but it forced me to grow. That kind of vulnerability shows emotional maturity. It says, "I'm human, but I'm stable." Women connect emotionally before they connect physically. Trust opens desire. The sixth shift is gradual physical familiarity. Attraction is biological. Light, respectful touch during laughter. A gentle hand guide through a doorway. Nothing forced. Nothing rushed. Touch releases oxytocin, Oxytocin creates bonding, but timing matters. Too soon feels invasive. Too late feels platonic. Calibrated touch bridges emotional tension into physical connection. Now we reach the most powerful psychological dynamic: controlled unpredictability. The human brain craves dopamine. Dopamine is released through uncertainty. If you are completely predictable, her brain relaxes. Relaxation is comfort, but desire thrives on anticipation. Sometimes you initiate, sometimes you allow space. Sometimes you're warm, sometimes you're slightly mysterious. You don't explain everything. You don't overshare every thought. You leave room for curiosity. Curiosity keeps her thinking about you when you're not there, and thinking about you is the beginning of desire. Let me make something clear. This is not about manipulation. It's about understanding emotional mechanics. When you sequence these behaviors correctly, attraction can grow even if it wasn't there initially, because attraction isn't static. It's dynamic. But here's the truth most men don't want to hear. If she truly feels zero chemistry, nothing forces it. Psychology increases probability. It does not guarantee outcomes. Your power is in becoming magnetic, not persuasive. When you stop chasing validation, when you build internal stability, when your life is full, when your energy is grounded, desire begins forming naturally, and sometimes the moment you stop trying so hard is the moment she starts trying. If this shifted your perspective, it means you're starting to see attraction strategically instead of emotionally, and that alone changes everything. This is Dr. Elena Hart, and this is Dr. Elena Hart, Sexual Health and Wellness, where we break down the psychology behind attraction, confidence, and connection. Watch this again if you need to, because once you internalize this, you never approach dating the same way again.